How's it going, everybody? My name is Absalom and welcome to my channel. I'm going to get straight into it with all 20 possible locations and clues for the apothecant offerings that you'll be needing for the acquire the vessel step of the Easter egg. After that, I'm also going to go over all 4 possible clues and locations for the seal of duality, which is the very next step in the Easter egg. Okay, so let's get started with the first clue. So starting in spawn, this is the where lines berth clue, and you'll find this at the bottom of the zip line next to this pile of snowballs, and it'll be on the ground right there. Now heading out of spawn, if you head to the left through the frozen crevice and into the lagoon area, you're going to find the next clue, which is where lungs close, and that will be in this tunnel that you have to swim through. So hold interact as you're swimming and you should be able to pick it up on the ground right there. For the next clue, it's going to be where hidden burns, and it's going to be located on the hidden path. On the left side, you should notice the giant raging fire, so just hold interact on that and you should be able to pick up the part. The next clue is where falls freeze, and this is going to be located at the bottom of the cargo in the water right here. You should notice a bone floating in the water that you can hold interact to pick up. Now for the next clue, which is where fire sinks, this is located in the sunken path, and it's going to be on the ground right beside the campfire that you use later on in the Easter egg. Hold interact on the ground over here and you should have no problem picking it up. Moving on to the next clue, which is where crows roost. It is located at the top of the ship where the soup is made for the totem. So you go over here and it'll be located next to these barrels, so you can just hold interact near these barrels and you should be able to pick up the next bone. After that, the next clue is right beside this, and this one is called where the bounded slept, and it's going to be located on the left side of that container on the floor right there. The next clue, where preservation freezes, is also in this area, and it is in the main deck next to this frozen life preserver right here. Now to move on to the other half of the ship, the next clue is where bread breaks, and you can find this in the cafeteria or the gangway, and it's going to be on this buffet station on the corner right there. The next clue is where thirst dawns, so head to the front of the boat where the soda perk is, and you should find the next offering or bone, and it'll be located on the left on the railing right over here. You might have another clue, which is where north is found, and that is located at the very top of the ship. So once you head up the stairs, go to the power room, and you should be able to hold interact on this compass over here, and you should be able to pick up the next part. Now to move on to the next part of the map, which is the lighthouse, for the next clue, which is where one mysteries. This one will be located at the bottom floor of the lighthouse, and it's going to be on the left side of the mystery box on the ground right there. If you have the clue where feet slip, this is going to be on the slide that goes from the lighthouse annex to the ice grotto. So while you're on the slide, just hold interact on that wall and you should be able to pick up the next part. Another possible clue is where helixes peak, and this is going to be located at the very top of the lighthouse. You should be able to find the next bone or apothecant offering on the ground right beside the jars that are used for the challenge podium that gets you the free thunder gun. You should find it between the vapor and the doorway on the ground right there. The next possible clue is where mountains throw, and this is going to be located up at the facility. You'll find the next bone right beside the flinger on the backside. It'll be on that railing right there. Another possible clue is where madness sleeps, and you'll find this one in specimen storage inside the cell block next to the beds, and you should be able to hold interact nearby these beds and pick up the next bone. Where filth cleanses is the next possible clue, and this is located in decontamination. You're going to find it opposite the perk in the spilled laundry on the ground right there. If your clue is where lightning aims, this is in the security lobby, so head up the stairs and you can hold interact next to this Wonderwaff blueprint, and you should be able to pick up the bone nearby that bench. Where earth crumbles is the next clue, and it's in geological processing on the underside of that conveyor belt right there. And for the final clue that you could possibly get, it is where power ends, so head downstairs into the infusion room, and it's going to be located right beside the power switch. Okay, that is all 20 possible clues and locations for the acquire the vessel step of the Easter egg, and now for the next part of the video, I'm going to cover all possible clues and locations for the very next step, which is the seal of duality. So if your clue is in the walls where ether was gathered, then head to the geological processing, where you're going to notice this corkboard right here that you'll be able to melee and find the safe. If your clue is where humans suffer, then head across the way and into the specimen storage, where you're going to notice this corkboard right here that you'll be able to melee and get the safe as well. The third possible clue is where the cages hang, and this is going to be located in spawn area of the map inside of the boathouse in the back room. You should notice the corkboard on the left side of the wall right there. And for the fourth and final clue that you could get for the seal of duality, it will be inside of an icy hall. This is also near spawn, so head to the ice grotto area of the map, which is the ice tunnel that is right here. Swim under the water and you'll notice this chalk drawing on the right that you should be able to melee and find the safe behind it. Okay, so that is all 24 possible clues and locations for the acquire the vessel step and the seal of duality step of the Easter egg. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Absalom, and I hope to see you in my next video.